So hello everyone, my name is Lars from IT Operations, and over the past couple weeks and months I've been getting requests from marketing to take a look at some usage patterns from our career website. So that typically involves me making some queries against the logs in the database and then sending those over to the folks. And so it can end up being a little time consuming. I gotta stop what I'm doing, work on that, and then switch back. So today I decided to try and automate that process that I go through in Composable Analytics and kind of just get it all automated, and hopefully I can just set it and forget about it. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a query against that database that holds the logs. So this is on this particular server, and the database is job site. And we have a read-only user here. And let me just put in a very simple query here from the sessions table within that. And hopefully we get some data back. We did. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so we got when the session was created with the IP address and the type of user, whether they were posting a job or seeking a job, involved in training. Okay, so let me go ahead and take the query that I normally run here, that I've got saved, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it in here. This query, although it looks complicated, it's really not. Really, it's just aggregating the counts by day and by the type of person. So here you have job seekers, job posters, trainers, and trainees, and any anonymous people that hit the website. And so we should get counts by day for each of those various buckets, up to a particular day. So here we're looking at the first day of the year. And so if we run this and take a look at the results, we can see that for each day we have the number of visitors for each type. Alright, let's go ahead and try to plot some of this stuff. So I will take the line chart and take the table. We're going to have date on the x-axis, and we'll plot a few lines. So we'll plot, I guess each line or each series will be the various types of users. So we'll have the seekers, the posters, the trainers, and the trainees. That should be good for now. And let's give each one of these a name. Alright. Let's go ahead and run that, take a look at it. Alright, we got some lines here. So here is a graph of each of the different types of users and how many we're getting for each day. This dates look a little messy, we don't really need the times there, so let's go ahead and fix that. And we can change that just using the XColumn format. So this is essentially, if you use Google.net string formatting, it's basically that syntax. So we want year, month, and day. Let's see how that looks. Alright, that looks a little better. Great. Now, I think one thing that we want to do is we want to automate this, right? So we want this to run every month for our management folks, or marketing folks rather. So let's go ahead and use an activator. We'll use the timer activator, and this is basically got the typical cron job syntax where star means every time. So every minute of every hour of every day of the week, and every month, this thing is going to run. But that's not really what we want, right? We really want it just run once a month. So really what we want is the first minute of the first hour of the first day of the month for every month. And there we go. And one thing that we should also fix here is that we've got a hard-coded date in here. And so really what we want this to do, we want this to move as this runs, right? But the nice thing is that this is outputting the date that it's running at in the time. So we can take that, but one thing that we have to do is we want to actually go back a month, right? That when this thing runs, we want to look at data a month before. So we actually have to subtract some days there. So let's go ahead and use the date time calculator. And we'll take that date, pipe into here, and then we'll subtract, let's just say 31 days. And we'll then use the string formatter to format this query. So we'll copy this query. We'll go ahead and put it in the format string. And we'll get rid of that hard-coded date and use the typical syntax and formatting. And we'll put that query in there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take that date that's backed up by 31 days and put it in there. So if we run this now, you can see that, let's take a look at the graph. There we go. We still have our graph. And if we look at our query, it has the correct date, backed up by 31 days. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and save this, and then I think the next video in the next video I'll basically talk about how to get this data out. So let me save this, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Alright, bye.